As you know, in music there are 12 notes, so we're using 7 at the moment. We have the 5 outside notes, and one by one we can start adding those in to our lines. We could possibly. You see these notes? As they stand on their own, here's the odd 5 notes for you. B flat. That could be called our flat 9. This G sharp or A flat could be called our major 7th, or sharp 5, or flat 5, and our major 3rd. They're the 5 odd notes that don't fit within our. Let me play a few lines just utilizing these notes for you and see if you can spot them. The flat 5 you're probably already familiar with because we would use that quite a lot in our blues scale. So don't be afraid to mix and match some of the lines that you already favour and just jazz them up slightly. Okay. And again, everything that we do in one form, try to mimic it. Now what we want to do now is we'll isolate again the dominant chord. So let's say we have our 5 chord. We're in the key of G at the moment, by the way. So we have our 2 chord and we've all these lines. Now we have our 5 chord. And again we want to get the arpeggio down. You can see the notes of importance, the root, the 3rd, 5th, flat 7, root, 3rd, 5th. And remember, anything on the top string is mimicked on the bottom. Again, the procedure would be then to build up your 9th, your 11th and your 13th till you end up with the full scale, which is referred to as the Mixolydian mode. Really, it's just a G major scale starting on the 5th note. And remember, all your intervallic and arpeggios, etc., we've learned in previous lessons. Now, a common thing that happens with the 5 chord, especially if it's going home to the 1 chord, we can alter the notes in it. In other words, we can put in flat 9s. We could put in raised 9. So again, the importance of knowing where the 9 is. Then it's an easy thing to flatten it or to sharpen it. And again, if we know where the 5th is, we can flatten or sharpen. So our typical 5 chord might look like flat 9, raise 5, flat 9 with an ordinary 5, raise 9, raise 5, raise 9, flat 5. Again, you can experiment with these colours. Now let's put that with our So the perfect scale for this, to gather together those altered notes on the dominant chord, would be the melodic minor. It's referred to as the jazz melodic minor, and the one we choose is up a half step. So there we would have E flat melodic minor. And this will take care of play that slowly for you. And we can build our lines from that. And you can hear that, how that would do. So again, 5 positions. Take your time and you would up a half step, play the melodic minor. Let me give you that position for it. Now, that scale can be learned very, very quickly if you know the makeup of the major scale that we've looked at before. It's simply a major scale with a flattened third. So if you think of it as that, instead of playing, let's say, up a half step from D, instead of playing E flat major, simply flatten the third. And you've got your new scale. It's a very easy way to approach it. Now just remember, I'll show you it here again. Major, flatten one note. There you have your jazz melodic minor, or your altered scale. So let's put the 2 lines together now. A minor. Target your D chord. There I used the 3rd, flat 9. You can see right away, even with a couple of notes, it sounds fairly jazzy. Another one. There I resolved it to the G. Okay, let me give you a few lines now using just the 2 to the altered 5, so that your ear will get used to hearing the notes. You don't have to mimic them exactly. The idea here is just to give you a few key notes. So A minor, going to the D chord, going to G. A minor, to G. Higher register. Let me show you that one slowly. Again, flat 9. Going to G, one that's sitting here, arpeggio. A minor. Again, arpeggio on the G. Sixth intervals. You get the idea. What I'll do now is I'll play for you with a short backing track for about 1 minute or so, just a 2-5-1 in the key of G major. So what we'll do now is we'll cue the backing track, and I'll try and put in some of the lines I've already shown you, and the whole idea is to experiment. you got some ideas from that. So again, take your time with the lines and concentrate on rhythm and dynamics. Try to bring your lines to life with different rhythms. I was trying to keep them very straight there, but inject rhythm, dynamics to lift the notes. And have fun with that.